well, literally moments after I stopped filming, my knee just popped. Oh, fuck. That came out of nowhere. Alright. Honorable mentions for my top 10 favorite Blu-ray covers that I own. But that's not in the that's not in the title, the I own part, just my top 10 favorite Blu-ray covers. Because realistically, I could put in the Dark Tower, because the steel case is a really fucking cool cover, but I don't have the film because it's crap, and that's my argument. That's an honorable mention. Another honorable mention. Okay, so Marvel has done a TV show called Legion. This is their picture for it. This is their cover. And it's really awesome. You know, you got a dude, and his head is practically just exploded into a fireball of weird stuff. But then they gave you this version, which is a 3D version, and it is so goddamn cool. I don't know how well the camera picks it up. Maybe if I bend it inwards, bend it outwards, either way, keep it straight. You know, it looks really freaking cool. At least in person. It's like, look, it's like those books that you used to read as a kid, you know, like Del Toro Quest and shit like that, where they used to have really trippy-ass covers. Just saying. That's not a honorable mention. Most of these actually have a lot of context to why I like them outside of it just look cool. Hence the honorable mention. Another honorable mention. The original Suspiria poster. That one that you can't maybe see too well, so I'll put up another poster in post. Ha ha ha, not pun. I like it. It's creepy, the text is cool, the picture of the person who's just bleeding down, it's just like, what the hell is this movie? And exactly. The Australian cover has that too. This is just a Synapse Films specific cover. That's alright. I still like this one. It's just this one is also like iconic moments and creepy characters and stuff. Ooh, spooky. I don't like steel cases that much. I only have a few of them, mostly because of the covers. And then Covenant is another one that I really like, just as a cover. But this is actually one I prefer. Kong Skull Island. Because you got the monkey, and then you got the sun in the background. You could just it got exactly the kind of thing you're looking for. It's people fighting a giant monkey. Yeah. I actually really like this film. I really like the film. House. He says that in the title credits. I just like it. It's you got house, even though it's just called house in English. Like you got house, you got the giant. It's a cat. It looks like a lion, but it's a cat. You got the tiny ass house as well. It's just so what the fuck kind of movie. That's exactly what the poster represents. Just what the fuck. But it also was a really great movie. I mean, look at the back cover too. It's just all out there. It's very much like what the film is. If you ever get around to watching it, I'd highly suggest it. Okay, so I'm not going to go in a particular order because, again, I don't really have a top 10 favourite. It's more or less just here are my top 10 in general favourites. Less of, here's my specific 1 to 10. So I'm just going to go in a random order. AKA backwards from the alphabet, but also not exactly because I've got director suites. So let's just start with Edgar Wright's Shaun of the Dead. Yeah. So this cover is actually really cool, but is not the one I'm talking about, because this is a limited edition cover, and slipcase, and also I love slipcases. But it's what it stylizes, and what it stylizes is this. Basic, it's ordinary, you're on a train, and you're surrounded by zombies, and boom, Shaun is just like, should I be concerned? Yeah, it's just... It's great. It just tells you exactly what... It tells you exactly what you're getting into, and it is a beautiful film. Next up is Tarantino's Death Proof. Like I said, Wright, Tarantino, director spots. This being my favourite Tarantino film, I had to mention. As much as the iconic... the Pulp Fiction poster is more iconic, I like this one just for the design. Like, you've got the grittiness of it being a grindhouse feature. You've got all 8 of the girls in the background, all kind of displayed in some kind of sexy-ish way. Weird. But also not really. Like, it depends on the character. Like, if you actually look at them, each one is a particular character, of course, from the film. And so they have reasons why they are walking like they are. And then, of course, you have the iconic car, or at least I believe it's iconic. Like, look at that bloody design. That is fracking cool. So, yeah, that's more or less why. Back cover isn't much, it's just the kind of stuff you'd expect. So if there's one thing I learned from Shaun of the Dead, it's how to hit someone in the head with a cricket bat. Just saying. Next up we have family-friendly E.T. in the Spielberg collection. Again, another collection. Outside of it being a 4K, like, just the sheer holy crapness of the cover. And it's the same in both covers, which kind of annoys me sometimes when they do that. Like, at least the Shaun of the Dead one is creative. Comic book, non-comic book. It's not even a comic book film, I don't know why they did that. It still looks cool. Until you get to the World's End, where you don't even have an original cover. It's just without the slipcase comic book cover. I hate it. I would have put that in my ones I don't like, but it's more or less just because of the circumstances, less than how it looks. It's iconic. It reminds me of my childhood. It's Steven Spielberg. What else do you expect? Let's go that way first. Oh. Now this one's a double cover because it's Arrow Video. It's Reanimator. It's their 4K master version, and it is spectacular, both as a film and just in general. Now this original cover is, let's focus on the cover. There you go. It's a core design. You got, you know, Herbert. Is it Herbert? Yeah. Herbert West. You got Herbert West's head, and then you got all the characters inside, and it just looks really nightmarish. But then you've got the original cover on the inside, which I prefer, but I really still like the new one. And this one is from an iconic moment from the film. So you got, you know, H.P. Lovecraft's Reanimator. You've got Herbert West with the iconic glow stick, you know, stuff that reanimates. You've got a head in a container, and then you've got the body in the background coming back for the head. You know, it's classic. It's like mad scientist and scary shit. It's good. It's worth watching. I highly suggest it. I do highly suggest it. Next up is a really interesting poster, cover art, because it is really just chaotic. This is the show Chaotic. No, this is Paprika, the Satoshi Kon film. And it's, of course, alternate one is still the same. Because you've got Paprika, the character, and then you've got the inside is actually the Parade, which is an iconic feature in the film. And it's just pure chaos, but it gives you the sense of something's not right, like something seems very mystical, somewhat fantastical about it, and that's what it is. It is 100% mystical and fantastical, because even as they show on the back, it's all just mixtures of creativity, because that's what it is. It is just weird and amazing, and one of the best animes I've ever seen. Next up is a double footer. I say double footer very specifically because it's two cases. It's Twin Peaks. So let's show you the first case, of course. The first case is the original 2 seasons plus the movie. And of course this is just kind of specific. You got the blue rose and the famous pattern, and it's just the same on both sides. Whatever, you know. Not much to it, but I like the aspect of, like, you got this beauty of an innocence of Laura Palmer, but then on the inside, she's dead. And it's just an iconic picture and really well done in terms of that. Comparing that this is at the end of this image of her, not the dead version of her, but the other image of her is in, like, 90% of the first 2 seasons at the end of each episode. And it's just shown throughout the whole entire show as well. And even The Return, it's in the bloody opening credits as well. And then we've got, of course, The Return, aka a limited event series, which was bloody called The Return. This one's a really creative one. Now, in Australia, you can get alternative versions. This one's actually the British version, because it was cheaper and I got it earlier. The Australian version, you just drag it open, and this part opens. But this part, you've got Mr. C, you've got Dale Cooper, so, like, dark, brooding background. He's obviously outside, and it's evil, menacing looking. And then you've got Cooper in the red room, and then you open it up, because it's Velcro, which I prefer, and you've got Dougie Jones in his suburban place. There's not much else to it. It just slips open. You've got the red casing, and yeah, and it's just so nicely designed. Again, it's very familiar with the original Twin Peaks series and how that's all done. So yeah, you can either get it like that with the Velcro, or you could get it with the actual slipcase. But the slipcase is bulkier. A few more left. I haven't seen this film yet, but wouldn't this make you want to see it? This is Forbidden Zone. It's a film by Richard Elfman. I thought it said Danny Elfman originally. I think they're brothers. And this is a very bizarre looking film to begin with. It's based on something to do with the devil. But this is the redone cover for our video. The original cover, outside of the fact that the plastic cover is broken a bit, that's the original cover. Yeah. Some particular, isn't it? I mean, still makes me want to see the film, either way. And it's black and white and colour, which is really, really weird. Because I think they shot it in black and white, and then they have the remaster in colour because it was just cheaper to produce it in black and white or something. I don't know the story, but I think it looks really interesting both ways, like a Wizard of Oz kind of vibe. Anyway. This is from the Cult Cinema Collection. Actually, I won't even open up, you get the idea. It's just that. It's Dr. Phibes Rises Again. The original cover for the first film, the Abominable Dr. Phibes, really weird name, the two pretty good films, actually. I really like the original. This one's not a bad sequel. It's got Vincent Price in the lead for both of them. And just how creepy and B-movie looking it is. It's really the only reason why I like it so much. One of the lucky third last, is Brian De Palma's Phantom of the Paradise, one of his first feature-length films, of which I have the Arrow video version, special edition, because it's got the booklet and everything. This is pretty much Phantom of the Opera, but more deranged. For example, like, look at that goddamn cover with the dude, oh my god, he comes to kill you, gonna get the gill, all kinds of shit. Yeah, no, it's a trippy film. Rollercoaster ride of a film, but really good, and the cover is amazing. Both covers, actually, really amazing. Okay, so I have to juggle a lot of John Carpenter covers, but I'm going to show you the original, because that's what it is. The original The Thing poster cover art. Yeah, I'm meaning to flick it around on this Arrow video release at some stage, but I'm alright with it, actually, so far. Like, even this one's pretty good still. It's very descriptive in a particular way, but I like it, but I love the original. Original is just completely iconic. It gives off this creepy-ass buzz about it. Alright, we're here. Lucky last. Now, this is a slipcover, and I love the slipcover. It's an Aussie horror film called Body Melt. Inside, you have an even better cover. Yeah. So, like most classic, like, even this one is, like, so specific on the back, like, it's like, oh, this industry is giving you the best that you can get in terms of, like, stuff, but then, like, it's meant to be, like, this kind of drug that's meant to make you revitalized and everything, but then, like, it makes you all, like, fucked up looking and shit, like, look, compare the differences, like, then, now, all that kind of fun stuff. But just this cover is just, yeah, it even says A Biochemical Mindfuck by Philip Brophy. Interesting name. Yeah, and it's just like a mixture of chemicals that leads to just hell. And it's cool. It's a really cool ass cover. We're working on the new you. And of course, I like that, like, working on the new you. Apostrophe or star? I don't know. Either way, it says, side effects may include hallucination, glandular breakdown, and sporadic mutation. If pain persists, see your doctor. That was literally a film that I bought mostly just because of the cover, but then I looked it up and I'm like, because the cover didn't really tell you much, but then I looked it up and it's like, oh, it's actually an Aussie horror film. I'm like, You sold me. You sold me indeed. So yeah, that was my just a top 10 kind of favorite Blu-ray DVD cover, Blu-ray covers with some honorable mentions. I do plan on doing a video essay on just the variety of movie posters that there are out there and why and whatever. It might be like a 3-part series talking about all this kind of stuff, but still, like, it's more or less just a good look at what you could get from movie posters and DVD covers, and however particular decades and periods of years and whatever, or genres have particular styles. So yeah, if you like this video, feel free to like, share and subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time. Comment your favourite Blu-ray cover down below. Bye! Oh, what do you think of my t-shirt, by the way? It's They Live. It's a V-neck. Doesn't really mean much to me, it's just got a V. Yeah. It's cool. Yeah. Credits are rolling, you know. The patrons. I don't have Patreon, so I don't have patrons. Da 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 ding.